Start the show. Yo, guys, what's up? Fears. Audience. Fears. I got my Ghostbuster hat on. I got the slime. I got Slimer. We're ready to rock and roll. Well, you guys are probably asking, why all the Ghostbuster stuff? Well, we're celebrating two things this weekend. We had Ghostbusters Day the day before, and then this weekend, guys, was the 40th anniversary, the 40th birthday of Goonies. So we're celebrating both of those. And today's thumbnail is in honor of Goonies. So I got my my movie prop of One-Eyed Willie's skull key, you know, for the Goonies, and then all of this is for Ghostbusters Day that I celebrate. I just kind of moved some things around, but it looked so good I decided to keep it up. So there we are. So I'm just gonna put that, bam, right there. Anyway. Well, I hope you guys are doing great. I hope you guys are doing awesome. I hope you guys are doing fantastic. Let me drop that link into the Discord, and we'll get things moseying. Today was a busy day. I don't know if it was a really good day, because I was dealing with some shit that some people were giving me. I'm not going to mention any names, but I had to deal with those idiots. And then I had a busy day. I had a bunch of errands to do. I got home from work. I immediately went home, and I had to, before I went to sleep, you know how Fears gets when I get cranky, I could only interview my friend Mike in the morning, because he could only hang out before 1 o'clock. He had to do something after 1, plus he had to take his daughter to school, so I understand that, you know, being a dad. Then he had to go to Illinois because his daughter wanted to go rollerblading with him, and he bought, off of Facebook marketing, he bought some used rollerblades, and the guy lived in Illinois, so he was like, hey, Fears, if you want to interview me, because I've been wanting to have Sam on the podcast for a while, he said, I'm going to have lots of time, man, so you can just throw me the link, and he goes, I'll set up my camera, he goes, I'll bring a mount, and he mounted, as he was driving, he mounted it, I guess to his dash or something, and it was a perfect. He had it mounted to the dash, and then we just talked, and it was cool to catch up with my friend Mike. We had a great interview, so I did that. If you guys want to check that out, the internet cut out, so we had to do 2 parts. So most of it is in the first part, and then like the last 30 minutes of the interview is in the second part. But Mike, I just want to say, hey, thanks a lot, man, for being my friend. Thanks a lot for the great interview, buddy. I had a fantastic time. I wrote Mike, and I thanked him. And he said, oh, Fears, it was so, he goes, you are a really good interviewer. And I said, hey, I appreciate that, man. He said, thanks so much for letting me come back on your show. He goes, I haven't been on there in a while. He goes, yeah, man. He goes, it was a lot of fun. I said, hey, no worries, buddy. I said, I'm glad you could come on and you had some time to do it. So then after that was finished, I came, I cleaned everything up from the interview. And then I threw on my gym shorts and my hat and the whole night, and I did a workout stream that was like, I don't know, 30 minutes-ish, somewhere around there. And then I went to sleep. So yeah. All right, well, today's and then after I woke up from my nap, then I went to the grocery store, and I had a couple other places to go, and then I literally just got back from the store about 15-20 minutes ago. Because Adam Bacchidi wrote me and said, hey, Fears, when are you going live? And I said, I'm at the store. And then I told Visions I was at the store, so I said, as soon as I get back, I will go live. So it's been a productive day. I don't know if it's been a good day, you know, with all the troll bullshit that I had to contend with, but it was a productive day. At least it was productive. But yeah. Today's mug I'm using is the Avengers mug. I haven't used it in a while. All right. like I said, today's topics are, we're going to talk about the Goonies 40th birthday bash. And then I watched 3 movies in honor of Ghostbusters Day. Last night I watched, technically I watched 4. I need to change that. So I watched Ghostbusters 1 and Ghostbusters 2. And then in the behind the scenes it says Resurrecting the Ecto-1. It's a documentary on how the Ecto-1 was pretty much trashed. You know, it had been sitting, you know, in some movie warehouse forever, and so they wanted to get it souped up, you know, for the anniversary, so they did. So technically I watched 4 things. So I watched those 3 things last night, and then today I watched Ghostbusters Afterlife. I wanted to get to Ghostbusters Frozen Empire, but because I did all those streams and I had errands and stuff to do, I didn't get to it. But 3 movies for Ghostbusters Day, not too shabby. So I'm going to review my favorite, Ghostbusters, then Ghostbusters 2, and then Ghostbusters Afterlife. Not too shabby. And then I'll review the Ghostbusters Resurrecting Ecto-1, because that was an interesting documentary. And then the next topic, I saw Crumbles put a bunch of titles for film trailers in the Discord, and some of them had some pretty good titles, and so I'm not going to watch all the movie trailers and react to them, but I'll pick out like 2 or 3 of my favorites. And then since we're talking about iconic 80s movies, you know, with Goonies and Ghostbusters and all that, I'm going to try to do the top 10 list of the best 80s props. It's going to be hard, because there was a lot of movies in the 80s with some iconic props, but I shall do my very best. All right, coffee first. Pretty good coffee. I did talk to Jeff recently. The next show is in June, and the next show is, I should have grabbed it. I'm sorry, I should have been prepared. The next show that I'm going to is June 15th. Orlando Summer Show. It's one of my favorite shows. My favorite show is the Super Retro Con, where Jeff has got retro things from the 70s, 80s, and 90s. And Jeff even donates some of his own pinball machines and some of his own video games from his collection. He takes it out of his basement, and I know what you guys are thinking. There's not many people in Florida that have basements, but Jeff and his wife bought an old 50s home, and they have a basement. So it's not impossible to have a basement in Florida. It just, because of all the sand and stuff, it costs a lot of money to have a basement. But he was like, Fears, I already lucked out. I got a basement because it was built into the 50s home. And I was like, that's pretty cool, Jeff. So it's going to be fun to hang out with Jeff again. And then I'm planning to have Jeff on the podcast at some point. A bunch of fans said, hey, Fears, one day you should have your friend Jeff on. I was like, that's a great idea. Just Jeff's got a busy schedule. Jeff's got a busier schedule than me, but I have a busy schedule too, because I'm either always running around editing or vlogging or filming something or at work. So we've been trying to figure out when our schedules will intertwine. Plus, me and Jeff want to hang out again. The last time we hung out and went to Disney was last year for my birthday, and that was a big success. You guys saw that vlog. We just want to do another hangout. And he does want to hang out with me on my 42nd birthday. And I was like, hey, man, that sounds cool. So, yeah. Then the next one, whenever my family comes in, I've got a bunch of cousins coming to visit me, and my aunt, my uncle. Some of my cousins are, like, little, and some of my cousins are older, but I'll probably take them to the July 12th show, the Tampa Toy Shop. So I haven't went to Tampa in quite a while, but that's another good show. That's good. All right. I'm going to open up the chat, and then I'm going to drop the link in the Discord. I tried to call Lantern before the stream to see if he could do it, but I guess he's napping. I tried to call him twice, and I haven't been able to hear from him, so I guess he's busy. I guess he's napping, so I'll take care of it. I found this thumbnail. It says 40 years of Goonies weekend. So it's the birthday, so I thought that would be perfect. So I'm so jealous, though, because my friend Robbie Retro that I met at Jeff's show, I'm very good friends with Robbie, and he's very good friends with Adam the Woo. I wouldn't necessarily say that me and Adam the Woo are friends yet. We're friendly with each other, and I've only met him 3 times, and we've got to hang out in those 3 instances. But me and Robbie have actually hung out outside of the conventions. And Robbie Retro, check him out on YouTube. He's such a nice guy. He has a YouTube, but he only posts kind of here and there. He posts a lot of retro stuff on his Instagram. Robbie Retro, if you're seeing this, man, I hope you and Adam had fun. They went all the way to Astoria. I watched all of the Adam the Woo Goonie vlogs. Oh, except for the one today. I need to watch the one today because I'm going to watch it before I go to work tonight. But seems like they had a blast. So I hope one day I get to hang out with Adam the Woo outside the convention. But anytime I've hung out with him at the conventions, which has been 3 times, super nice guy. Super nice guy. Wonderful guy. So yeah. All right, let's open up the chat here. There we are. One day I get to hang out with Adam the Woo out. There we go. Yo, J-Man, what's up? Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you, my friend. J-Man, did you watch Goonies? Well, I would watch Goonies, but I accidentally a couple years ago got rid of my DVD, and I thought I had it on Blu-ray, so I'm gonna have to re-buy it. But I think I can find it free on YouTube, so I'm going to try to watch it tonight, my friend. So, yeah. Yo, Fears, what's up, buddy? Strikes and gutters, ups and downs. Doing okay, my friend. Doing all right. But we're hanging in there. We're definitely hanging in there. All right, let me drop the link for everybody. There we are. Thank you to the 6 people that are watching. I really appreciate that. But, yeah, besides all the mini problems I had today, it was an all right day. I'm glad it was productive. I beat my my personal goal that I wanted to achieve at the gym. I ran for 18 minutes because the last time I ran for 16 or 17 minutes, so I ran for 18 minutes. Burned 102 calories. So yeah, it was pretty good. And then I did a whole bunch of workout machines. So we're getting there every day, little by little. J-Man says, not yet, probably gonna watch it tonight. Oh, nice. Yeah, I'm gonna try to watch it tonight, my friend. Hopefully. All right, let me drop the link. I'm gonna try to call Lantern just one more time. But let me drop the link. But yeah. Well, I made lots of content today. That's pretty good. I did 2 interviews with Mike, and then I did a workout stream, and now I'm doing, my normal stream. So, my normal podcast stream. So, all in all, 4 videos today, and then I've been working on a vlog. I haven't got it up yet. It's almost done. So hang in there. It's an older one, but it's gonna be new to you guys. So yeah. Anyway. There we go. Just drop the link in the chat here. There we go. And yeah, Adam wrote me and said, "Hey, Fears, are you streaming?" I messaged him while I was on the go. I messaged him while I was at the store, and I said this. He says, yo, you're streaming tonight. I hope you're good. And I said, I've had better weeks, buddy. I said, people in the Discord are giving me shit over the dumbest things. I said, yeah, I'm streaming tonight. I'm out and about doing errands. I'm out and about doing something, but will return shortly. I was at the store. And he says, sorry to hear that, buddy. Keep your chin up. And I said, thanks. I said, it's just the same old shit. Blah, blah, blah. Same old crap. But it is what it is. And then, there we are. And let me try and call Lantern again. Yeah, Crumbles dropped a lot of really cool trailer names in the chat. Some of them I've heard, some of them I've not heard, so I'm going to try and look some of those up. I think he's napping. happen. Oh, well, I tried. Oh, anyway. There we are. Well, I sent the, let's see, I sent the video, I mean, not the video, excuse me, I sent the link out, so hopefully we get some more people in here, and then I told, my buddies that that I'm live, so there we are. All right, well, I'm going to start. Hopefully we get some more people, as we go. So, yeah. July 3rd is 40 years anniversary for Back to the Future. Oh, that's dope. That's dope, J-Man. Yeah, I do love Back to the Future. I mean, it's a pretty good movie. I'll be honest, it's hard to pick between those three, J-Man, because Back to the Future 1 and 2 and 3 is good. So all of them are good, but I'm assuming you're saying the 40th is for the very first one. So yeah, I got Knight Rider on today. I can't remember where I bought this. I know I bought it at one of Jeff's conventions. I just don't remember which convention, but the guy that owns the Knight Rider car that I've sat in, I've drove his Knight Rider car. There's footage of that that you guys have seen. I've ridden in his car, and he started selling shirts, and he was like, "Hey, Fears." He's like, since we're buddies, he's like, I really charge $30 for the shirts. He's like, just give me $10. And I was like, sweet. Thanks, buddy. I appreciate that. So, that was cool. That was cool. Anyway. Moving right along. Yeah, be sure to watch it tonight, J-Man. I'm going to try to watch it. I've got some other things that I want to watch, but in honor of the Goonies, there's three scenes that I love the whole film, if I'm being honest, but there's three scenes that really pinpoint it. One, the escape, when the Fratelli escapes, and then the Fratelli mom and the other son, he puts the gasoline around the jail, and he escapes, and he's like, I don't have the handle, open the lock. That's my favorite. That's probably my favorite scene. It's so funny. The other scene I like is like, yeah, come on, let's kill each other over the pepperoni. That scene's fucking great. And then the ending where they're all sitting on the rock, and Mikey goes, bye, Willie. Thanks for everything. And then you hear Sloth go, ah! Ah! And then they all start screaming, because they're happy to be alive, and it's a happy ending. And then you see One-Eye Willie's pirate ship float off into the distance. Those three are my favorite scenes, without a doubt. Yo, Heroes, what's up? Good to see you. He says, yo, 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 yo. Heroes, I thought about, having guests, but I thought, you know what? I've had kind of a crappy week so far. I think I'll just do this show on my own. But, yeah, lots of celebrations, my friend. I'm so jealous of Robbie Retro and Adam the Woo. I mean, I love those guys. They're great. They're good buddies. They're good pals. But, oh, man, if I could only be in Astoria. It looked like it was a massive celebration. And I watched... Robbie didn't put up much videos. He put a few videos on his Facebook and on his Instagram. He's got a YouTube channel, but he only puts stuff, here and there. But Adam the Woo, he was filming like crazy. And I was like, oh, hell yeah, Adam. I'm like, bring that content, my friend. Bring that content. So, yeah. I don't remember what day of this weekend. I think it's the, just this past weekend, what was the Goonies. I think the movie came out on the 8th, but let me make sure. Let me double check. I know it was one day in the weekend. When did Goonies come out? I think it was the 8th. No, I'm sorry. It was June 7th, so Saturday, just this past Saturday. It says The Goonies is a 1985 American adventure comedy film directed and co-produced by Richard Donner. Written by a screenplay of Christopher Columbus, the director who directed Home Alone 1 and Home Alone 2, based on a story created by Steven Spielberg and starring Sean Astin, Josh Brolin, and those two actors made their film debut. Jeff Cohen, Corey Feldman, Cary Green, and the other Goonies. So yeah, very, very cool. And then let's see, does it say the budget? Corey Feldman, Martha Plimpton, and Key Hugh are some of the other Goonies in supporting roles. In the film, a group of children who live in the Goondocks neighborhood of Astoria, Oregon, attempt to save their homes from foreclosure from some rich idiots and discover an old treasure map that takes them on an adventure to unearth the long-lost fortune of One-Eyed Willie, a legendary 17th century pirate, while being pursued by a family of criminals who are also after the treasure as well. There you are. Great story. Great story. The budget was $19 million, and it made $125 million at the box office. The cinematographer was Nick McLean, edited by Michael Clan, music by Dave Gushin. Hopefully I pronounced his name right. The company that produced the film was Steven Spielberg's company, Amblin Entertainment. And wow, what a great movie. What a great movie. Screenplay, like I said, by Christopher Columbus. The actual story, conception, creation was created by Steven Spielberg and directed by Richard Donner, the same guy that directed the live-action Superman with Christopher Reeve. Good stuff. Good stuff. Well, in honor of the of the 40th birthday, Fears is going to react to his. I thought we'd start off with my three favorite scenes: the "Come on, let's kill each other over the pepperoni," and then the ending, and then the "I don't have the handle, open the lock," which I will be recreating whenever I go visit my friends in Lord Visions. In he doesn't live in Astoria, Oregon, but he lives pretty close to it. So I can't wait to recreate that. It's going to be fan-fucking-tastic. It's probably one of the funniest scenes in the movie. So let's look these iconic scenes up, and I will react to them. And then we'll get to. I want to watch some of the trailers that Crumbles put in the Discord, because man, oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man, he had some good suggestions. Some of them I've heard. Some of them I've never even heard of. So yeah. All right, here we go. So, Goonies opening, which I think is it's at the opening. The whole Fratelli chase scene and the "I don't have the handle, open the lock" and all that crap. So we'll do that one first. It's the best. To me, it's the best scene out of the whole film. So here we go. The Goonies Fratelli's chase scene. The 1985's classic Goonies. Here we are. Good stuff.
Got safety protocols? Granger has the safety pros to call. Shop our vast and...
All right, here we go. You schmuck. Do you really think it was... I'd be stupid enough to kill myself? Kill myself? Oh, here we go. Oh, Lord.
You schmuck. Do you really think I'd be stupid enough to kill myself?
Classic. And I'm just gonna make a little quote. I mean, not a quote. Not a suggestion. A statement. Great music in the Goonies. If you ever listen to the soundtrack, fantastic, my friends. So yeah, but the opening scene is fantastic. Here he comes!
Here he comes.
Jake, the lock! Let go of the handle!
I don't have the handle. Open the lock. Jake, up.
I love it. Great chase scene, by the way. I mean, he dives through the the sunroof. She puts it into drive, and so the adventure begins, my friends. Oh man, this brings back memories. The first time I ever watched this film, my Uncle John from England was in town. Blockbuster, it had been up and running for quite a while. I don't know how many years it had been open, but it was fairly new. I must have watched it when I was 8 or 9 because I'm 3 years older than my brother. So my brother, I believe I was 9 when I watched it, and my brother was 6. And he looked at me and my brother and he said, "You guys want to see a really good movie?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he goes, "Come on." He goes, "We're going to Blockbuster." And so my brother and me, we got some candy that my uncle bought for us, and he rented Goonies for us, and we all sat down, me, my mom, my dad, my brother, my uncle from England, in front of the old Fears TV, and that was the first time we watched it, my friends. And let me tell you, oh my God, it was fantastic. I instantly fell in love with the film. Awesome. All right, guys, let's try the victory pyramid. Hell yeah.
Okay, you guys, let's try the victory pyramid.
Yeah.
Okay, so, all right. First on the skip base, we can do it. Next off, come on, put your arms up. Put your arms and smile. We got it.
Is the water going down, son? What? Is the water going down? Nope.
Turn that TV off, son. I can't hear myself think.
Yeah, right there.
Oh, here it is. Here it is. Here it is. Is the water going down, son?
Huh? Is the water going down, son? No. Going down now?
Oh man, such a good movie. It's perfect. It's perfect. It's like Ghostbusters. Goonies is a perfect film. You don't need to change one damn scene. It's perfect. It's fucking amazing. There's not one shot out of the movie that I don't like. Oh, here comes Data's entrance. Oh yeah, good entrance for Data. Oh, here comes Chunk. Oh, wow, a police chase. And then the fucking strawberry shake hits him in the face. Oh, shit.
Oh, a police chase.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Oh, shit.
It's so good. Oh, and then here we go. What the hell are we doing here? Ah, trust your old mother, boys. Put her in the 4-wheel drive and hang on to your hat.
What the hell are we doing here?
Trusted your old mother, boy. Throw her in the 4-wheel drive and hold on to your hat.
Oh, yeah. I haven't seen the opening in quite a while, but it still holds up. All right, let's do the Goonies pizza scene, which is my second favorite. Yeah, come on, let's kill each other over the pepperoni. Let's see, Goonies pizza scene. It's probably my second favorite scene. It's so hilarious. They literally pull out guns and they're gonna kill each other over fucking pepperoni. So yeah, it's great. It's a short scene, but it's still good. Let's see, let me find it. Oh, there it is. Here we go. Oh, here we go.
Pizza.
Pepperoni?
Pepperoni.
I see my pepperoni.
Why pepperoni? Huh?
Come on, let's kill each other. Let's run away. I said, come on, let's run away now.
Oh, it's great. I love it. All right, let's do the ending now. The ending is my third favorite scene. Goonies ending with One-Eye Willie's ship sailing off into the sunset, and you know they save the Goondocks. They save their homes, and they tell the rich bastards to get fucked. Yeah, hell yeah. Goonies ending. Let's see. Let's see. Where is it? There we are. I don't know if they have the full ending on YouTube, but it says original Goonies ending. So I think this is it. Here we go.
The Fertel! Thank God you're here! We need your help! You want to help Fertelli? All right. We're all in a race. Come on, let's go.
Oh, I love how, like, Chunk, he runs in, and he tries to protect Sloth with a fucking pizza box. But, I mean, you know, he's trying his best, but it's hilarious.
Get him out of here!
Oh, I love the Fratellis. He's like, you want to lose your job? Listen, you idiot. You're about to get arrested. And then you're like manhandling the fucking cops and shit. I'm like, just swallow your pride. You know, you're arrested. Fuck you. And get on with it, you know?
Sloth, you're gonna live with me now.
Huh? Yeah, I'm going to take care of you because I love you.
I'm gonna take care of you. Because I love you.
Oh, I love you too, Chunk.
Oh, I love you, Sloth.
All right, Walsh. Today's the day, so let's get this over with.
Irving.
I'm sorry, Irving.
Come on, Walsh. We don't have all day. There's 50 more houses to tear down after yours.
Oh, I would punch that motherfucker right in his face. I'd be like, you know what, you're rich, you're destroying people's homes. I wish I could just grab... I remember the rich kids, like the son or whatever. His name is Troy, and he's such a little bastard, you know? So I'd be like, look, either shut up or Fear's gonna punch you right in your fucking face.
He's off, Fred.
It's okay.
Sheriff, I want you to witness this.
Sorry, Dad. We had our hands on the future. We blew it to save our own lives.
I would say me as a kid, I looked a lot like Sean Astin as a kid. I looked a lot like Mikey in the film. And the movie reminds me of my childhood because me and my friends, depending on where I lived, when I lived in St. Louis, we had a big backyard. And our neighbor towards the back had a long wooded fence. And so I would hop the long wooded fence, and me and his son would make tree forts in his backyard. And his dad made him I guess it's a tree house, but he didn't want his son to fall out of the tree, so he made like a little house in the yard, but he made it out of it wasn't high in the tree though, but we made it. And then there was like a forest catacorned off to the right of the neighbor's house, and we went into the forest or the woods and we made tree forts there. And this movie reminds me a lot of my childhood because I watched this a lot. I didn't watch it as much as Ghostbusters, but I watched it a lot. But I watched Ghostbusters so much. My mom and dad bought me the tape for Christmas, and within a year, I broke the tape because I watched it so much. And then I had to use my own allowance money just from cutting the grass and like doing chores around the house. I raised up enough money to buy it again. And I have my original, I have both the original broke tape, which I'll show you guys one day on camera. And then I have the original that when I rebought it because I watched it so much. So fond memories, my friends, fond memories. It's pretty good. Here, let me skip forward and where they find the jewels and they have to, they say, we don't have to leave the Goondocks.
Dad, it's my marble bag. Then Fratelli's forgot to check it. See, I emptied out the marbles and I put the jewels in. We don't have to leave the Goondocks.
There'll be no more signing today or ever again. You was real? How'd you get found him? What happened out there? Were your lives in danger?
The octopus was very scary.
The octopus was very scary. I remember that.
Yeah, it was very dangerous. The scariest thing was walking the planet.
Yeah, it's scary. And then we found the pirates.
Yeah, and see, that has the pirate treasure. We're getting chased by the Fratellis.
Oh yeah, because like Chunk like lies a lot. The cop comes in. He's like, all right, that's enough, Lawrence, because really Chunk's name is Lawrence, and he goes, tell him more stories, Lawrence. And then all of a sudden the cop looks up and he sees One-Eye Willie's like pirate ship way off in the distance, and he goes, holy Mary, Mother of God, look at that. And then you see One-Eye Willie's pirate ship go by, and it's one of the greatest endings. It's not the greatest ending to a movie, but it's one of the greatest endings. It's fantastic.
Fellas, that's enough. Telling more stories, Lawrence.
Oh no, it's not for real.
Holy Mary, Mother of God. Look at that. Ladies and gentlemen, we're at Colburn Point, and what appears to be a pirate ship.
One of these days, I don't know where that rock is, but I'm going to find that rock. And I guess that rock is like near the beach or on the beach. I'm going to find that rock. I'm sure that rock is still there because it looks like it's built into the foundation of the mountain. Because there's a mountain on the right-hand side of them, and then there's like a bunch of jagged rocks that they sit, and they're overlooking the ocean. One of these days, I'm going to sit on that rock and do the ending where I'm like, and so it's going to happen one day. I don't know when, but it's going to happen one day. Oh, here we go. Bye, Willie.
Bye, Willie. Thanks.
It's a good ending. I love it. It's kind of corny, but it's great. It's great. Fantastic ending. Love it. Don't change a thing. It's perfect as is. It's perfect as is. It's really, 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 really good. All right, moving right along, shall we? Let's see here. Time for some movie reviews. Let me grab my book. There we go. Let me know your guys' favorite scene in Goonies. Put it down in the chat. Let me know. All right. So let's start with, well, in honor of, of Ghostbusters, Fierce tried to watch as many things as possible. I'm not gonna rate the documentary because I'm just gonna do the 3 films. So yeah, and then I'm gonna probably select maybe 3 of the ones out of Crumble's lists so I'm gonna have to look into the Discord and see which ones I want to do, and I'll review those. So yep. All right, let's start with Ghostbusters Afterlife. All right, here we go. it's really a story about Egon Spengler's like family and how they're adjusting to his death. He dies, and then he inherits his old farmhouse and a bunch of his old equipment, you know, to them, and they're not really doing so well, you know. Like they had to leave their house because the mom couldn't pay all the bills, so they're initially starting over, and they're like, "Why the hell did my grandfather like move us out, or why did he move out to this abandoned farmhouse?" Come to find out, he moved out there for a reason. There's a lot of like ghosts out there, and he was planning. He made this one gigantic trap to trap all those ghosts, and finally take down Gozer. He found out that's where I forgot the guy that invented classic Fears memory. The guy who invented the big Gothic tower on top of the apartment building. Janos something, I can't remember what it was. He's the one that kind of like generated all the spirits, and he built the temple on top of the apartment complex in the first one. That was his hometown. And then he built another temple to worship Gozer. The kids find the Gozer temple, and they accidentally unleash it, so now they gotta like take care of it. So if I had to grade it, there's certain scenes I like, but it's not a perfect ghost. I actually enjoyed Frozen Empire better because the old Ghostbusters are in more of the Frozen Empire. Like really, in Afterlife, Ray Stantz gets the most screen time. Thank God, my favorite Ghostbuster. Ray Stantz, you see him in his occult bookstore, and he's got a whole scene with Phoebe, the girl that's Egon Spengler's granddaughter, and then you see all the Ghostbusters at the end to help them take down Gozer one last time. So I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10. So it's a enjoyable watch. It's an enjoyable watch. It's not a bad watch. It's not a good watch. It's kind of in the middle. And it's kind of in the middle. All right. So lots of throwbacks. Lots of throwbacks to the original. I would say very funny. Very funny, as all the Ghostbuster movies are. Very funny. There's action, but there's not a whole lot of action. It's more funny than action adventure, but it's got enough action. So enough action in the film. Enough action. My two favorite scenes, probably. My favorite one of all time is when Phoebe's teacher, Paul Rubin, is looking for kind of like a snack, and he goes into a Walmart and he grabs some ice cream, and as he turns, it's the start of Gozer's Wrath Upon Earth Part 2. He turns the corner and he's like, "What the hell is that?" And you see a Terra dog from the first one with his red glowing eyes. The Terra dog is eating some dog food, and he just kind of he's like, oh, he's just shocked, what the fuck is that? And he looks over, the dog looks at him, he looks back at the dog, and he's like, well, oh shit, do I move? Is this thing gonna kill me? And he's like, hey buddy, and then the Terra dog yells, and he's like, oh shit, and he throws the ice cream. It hits the fucking Terra dog right on the top of the head, bounces off his fucking head, runs for dear life, and then the Terra dog jumps on top of his car as he's getting in his car and takes him over. So the first Terra dog scene is probably my favorite scene. And they used both a digital character and they used, I don't know if it was the same puppet from the original, but they recreated the puppet. So when he's eating the dog food, they're using a really detailed looking puppet, and then when it's the Terra dog running after him, that's all digital. So I like that they did kind of a throwback to the original, didn't do everything in digital, and they made an actual life-size Pterodog prop and used it for a couple of scenes. They used the Pterodog puppet more for the close-ups. But when he's running and he's jumping on the car and destroying the teacher's car, obviously that's a digital recreation. So that's my first favorite scene. So the Pterodog scene. Pterodog. That's a good scene. My second one, obviously, when you see the old Ghostbusters come in, and they don't save the day, they assist the new Ghostbusters. And then the Venkman looks right at Gozer and he's like, "Hey, did you miss us? We've returned." So, the Ghostbuster, the old OGs, triumphant return. Triumphant return. The old Ghostbusters return. All right. Would I recommend it? I'll be honest. I actually would recommend Ghostbusters 1, 2, and Frozen Empire. It's okay. I'm just going to write down, watch this one if you want. But if you don't watch it, you're not missing much. So watch it if you want. There we are. Oh, there we are. All right, I'll be right back. I'm going to use the restroom. Give me 2 seconds. So, I forgot to use the restroom before the show started. My bad. Just go ahead and study my awesome Avengers mug. Hell yeah, motherfuckers. Motherfucker. I'll be right back. Just give me 2 seconds. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. All right, let's see. Where do we where did we leave off here? All right. All right. Hero says, "Yo, yo, 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 what's up, dude?" All right, let's see here. All right, let's see here. Ghostbusters 2. Oh yeah, not as good as Ghostbusters 1, but still, it's up there. It's pretty good. So Ghostbusters 2. I hadn't watched the old films in quite a long time, so it was nice to, for Ghostbusters Day to go back. So yeah, Ghostbusters 2. Definitely gonna give it a solid 8.5 out of 10. 8.5 out of 10. They really embraced the slime this time. In the original, you just see kind of some slime here and there. Number 2, a lot more slime. So, a lot more slime. More ghosts. More ghosts. Than the first one. More ghosts. A little bit more action. Because they're trying to out-top the original. That's like a mind-blowing, classic. So... a bit more action. I would say the same amount of humor. Same amount of humor. The original cast comes back. All the original. And some new people added to the cast too. So new cast as well. Let's see, what are my 2 favorite scenes? Probably when Peter Venkman is antagonizing, the painting. He's got his camera and he's like, okay, now walk for me, talk for me. Yeah. And he's taking pictures, and you can tell Vigo is getting pissed off. And he's like, listen, give me hot and sexy. Can you do it? Oh, you can, And then he's like, yeah, destroy me, and then Egon taps him on the shoulder. He's like, Venkman, listen, man, we gotta talk. That one's great. So the photography scene. And then probably my second favorite is when Ray and Egon are in the lab and they're analyzing the photos that Peter took. And the spirit of Vigo comes into the room, locks the door, and he sets all of the pictures on fire and tries to kill Egon and Ray. And they're talking about what they're having for, dinner. They're like, what about pizza? What about Thai food? That's probably, so the lab scene is probably my favorite scene because it's a real pivotal moment in the movie where you're like, oh shit, Vigo could be anywhere. He locked the door on him. And even Ray says, wait, why is this closed? So those are just 2 of my favorite. If I had to pick a third one, probably when they are interacting with the slime and they find out that if they say something negative to the slime grows in the bucket they have. They're trying to get a positive reaction out of it, so that's probably my third favorite scene. But the lab scene is really good. So yeah, I do recommend number 2, number 1 and number 2, absolutely. So I recommend it. And it was good, like I said, to rewatch them again. I hadn't seen them in a while. All right, now for my favorite. Oh, Ghostbusters 1. Ghostbusters 1. Here we go. The original. And this one is kind of redundant because you guys know how much I love it. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. The whole, I'm just going to write down, the whole movie is my favorite scene. I'm not going to pick my favorite scene. The whole damn movie there's not one scene out of Ghostbusters 1 that is not my favorite. The whole movie is shot perfectly. Don't change a damn thing. Don't change a word of dialogue. It's perfect. It's perfect. So, perfect film. Every scene is my favorite. And it's my favorite movie of all time. of all time. So, favorite movie of all time. But if I had to pick like 3 biggies, probably when they entrap Slimer for the first time in the ballroom. We came, we saw, we kicked its ass. That's a good scene. And then probably when Peter picks up Data and he's like, hello, and she's like, are you the Keymaster? And he's like, not that I know of, you know, and then she slams the door. That's a funny scene. And then probably when they're eating the Chinese food and he's like, to our first customer, and then Ray's like, to our first and only customer. They take a drink, and then Peter's like, I need to draw some petty cash. He goes, I want to take her out to dinner. We don't want to lose her as a customer. And then Ray goes, this magnificent feast represents the last of the petty cash. And then Venkman's like, hey, slow down. Chew your food. That scene's fucking great. So those are just 3 of my favorites. But like I said, the whole movie is fucking perfect. Perfect. So I wrote down perfect film. Every scene is my favorite. Favorite film of all time. 10 out of 10. Ray's my favorite Ghostbuster. So Ray is my favorite Ghostbuster. Now, the first top 10 book I gave to Visions. The second top 10 book I gave to Mr. Lantern. Lantern finally got it, and he said he loved it. So, and I got Lantern some stickers, and I read 2 comic books, and I was just gonna take them to Goodwill, and I was like, you know what? I bet Lantern would enjoy these comic books. So I gave Lantern the comic books, thought he'd enjoy them, and then I gave him the top 10 book. This top 10 book, as soon as I get it done, I'm going to be sending this to my good friend Walter White. So Walter has claimed the third. I really should not call it the top 10 book anymore. I mean, because I'm going to call it the podcast book, because I write all my notes down. You know, in case I need to refer to my notes, you know, I grab it, you know, because I am a forgetful guy. So writing down the notes at first became a way to help me remember stuff for the show, but people are like, hey, Fierce, can I have it? And so I was like, sure, why not? So Walter is going to get the podcast book number 3, and so if anybody wants to claim the 4th one, you let me know. So Ray is my favorite Ghostbuster. I do recommend it. I do recommend this one out of any. Frozen Empire is pretty good too. Pretty good. I do recommend it. Good stuff. And this one's got a lot of bonus features. And probably when I die, I'm taking this with me. You guys think I'm crazy, but in my will, I'm taking Ghostbusters 1 and Ghostbusters 2. Either this or I'm taking my Ghostbuster Steelbook with me. Because when I die, I'll probably take these 3 movies. I'll probably take Halloween, Ghostbusters, and then probably John Carpenter's Escape from New York, because they filmed that in my hometown, and it's so fucking good, that movie. So good. So yeah, dude. There we are. All right. Now, I'm going to select three trailers to watch from Crumbles. Crumbles put a whole bunch of old movies. It's going to take me a minute to find them, because I think he put them in the movie trailer. I mean in the movie spoiler section of Heroes Discord, or maybe the movie section. I can't remember, so it's going to take me a minute to find them. But he had some good names of some films. Some I've heard, some I haven't even heard, and if they warrant the list, you know, if I like them enough, then I will add them to the list. So let me get the list ready to go. There we are. Now let me try and find them. So let me try to find these. Let's see. Just give me a moment. let's see here. Hopefully I can find these quickly. Let's see. Let's go to the videos. Let's see if he put them in there. No. He didn't put them. I think he put them in the movie spoiler talk. Hang on, let me have a look. Crumbles put a whole bunch. Crumbles has. There it is. There it is. Crumbles put in Skyscraper 1996, Private Wars 1993, Bikini Summer, Karate Rock, Deadly Diamonds, Hologram Man, Living to Die, Midnight Warrior, The Art of Dying, Street Soldiers, Last Man Standing, Danger USA. So I've heard of some of these, but a lot of them I haven't. But I'm going to pick out 3 of my favorite top titles, and we'll have a watch. So Crumbles, 1, I appreciate the suggestions, you writing them down. Crumbles, I'd say out of the whole community, Crumbles has gave me a lot of recommendations. So is Visions, Pixel, and probably Bukkake, because Bukkake recently gave me, he's like, Fears, you got to watch The Park Is Mine. I watched that. That is such a great fucking movie. It's so fucking good. I don't mean to curse, but it's that damn good. It's that damn good. And I wrote to Bukkake and said, Bukkake, I asked my mom if my mom and my dad, I literally called my mom up and said, hey, Mom, did you and Dad ever watch this? She couldn't remember. And she's like, well, it's been a long time. I said, don't worry, Mom. I said, I'm just curious if Dad would have watched something like this. I think he would have, because my dad liked a little bit of comedy, but he mainly liked action, adventure, kind of blow me up stuff, and he didn't like horror at all. So that's how me and my dad differ. He didn't like any horror movies whatsoever. And he watched all the all the female movies for my mom, all the romantic comedies, but really my dad just liked action. That's the one he liked a lot. So Crumbles, I don't see Crumbles in the chat, but I think I'm going to go with Street Soldiers. That kind of hit, that kind of sparked my interest, that title. And then Hologram Man, because I like all that futuristic, dystopian shit. And then, what was the other one? Skyscraper. I think those are the 3 that I'm going to pick. I've never heard of any of those. But they sound like they would be interesting films to watch. So let's look them up, shall we? So let's start with Hologram Man. See it. But I want to thank Crumbles for all the suggestions. Let's see here. Let me just make sure I'm spelling this right. Hologram. Yep. Okay. So, Hologram Man trailer. Let's have a little look-see. Oh, wow, this looks old, man. Whew. Damn. Well, it's not that old. It's 95, but the thumbnail, oh man. It looks good. Lots of explosions in the thumbnail, so let's have a little look-see.
My name is Slash Gallagher.
It is a time of revolution.
Come and join me in my cause. The California Corporation took Los Angeles away from us. Now I'm here to take it back.
Wow.
It is a time to choose sides.
This had better work.
Relax. I'm a genius.
A rookie sent to stop him.
How do you like your first day on the job, Dakota? Asking for a war, Mr. President.
Oh yeah, this has got a lot of action. It looks very futuristic, very dystopian. Crumbles Hologram Man is going on the list. Oh yeah.
All Slash Gallagher wants is power.
Isn't that what this council exists for, power? We built the viaduct. We feed the people. We control the party.
Wow.
I send you out to stop him. And you
Wow,
say
wow,
he's
wow, wow,
invincible,
wow.
sir.
I saw Gallagher walk the flame and gunfire like it was nothing. He killed half my men.
If
few must die for the greater good. That is the way of revolution.
But revolutions.
Now, I will admit, some of the 90s special effects are a little cheesy, but that's what makes those futuristic movies that great. Looks very futuristic, some of it looks utopian, some of it looks dystopian, so it's like got the best of both worlds. That's what I'm getting from it, Crumbles. I'm getting those vibes, but looks pretty damn good. Pretty damn good, my friend.
Fueled by ideals alone.
Open the vault.
A direct assault? Sir, there's hostages in there.
We get Gallagher any way we can. Haven't you learned by now that every time we play this game, you lose?
Looks good. Oh my god, there's like an explosion like on every single scene so far in the trailer. I'm looking forward to watching this.
Better luck next time, buddy.
But next time, he'll need more than luck.
This guy's ponytail is making me fucking lose it. He's like, yeah, next time, motherfucker. And he like raises his gun, he like puts the clip in, and then he's like, oh yeah, come on, bring it on, bitch. He's got his fucking ponytail was just waving around in the wind and shit. And he's like, I'm going to take these fuckers down. I got a gun. Put in the clip. Yeah. You know, bring it, bitch. And he's all about it. He's like, yeah. He goes, oh, fuck me? Oh, no. Fuck you. In the 90s. There you go. I like it. I like it a lot.
He will need time and the technology to transform himself into what the enemy has become. Hologram Man.
I'm going to give it a big thumbs up. Big thumbs up. That's going on the list. All right, here, let me write it. So, Hologram Man 1995. All right. I got to find a spot to squeeze it in. So, there we go. Hologram Man 1995. Okay. There we are. It's on the list. I look pretty good. I am impressed. I'm impressed, my brother. All right, let's see. What was the next one? The next one was, let's see here. The dude put in the movie Head of the Family. That looks hilarious. He put that in the Discord. I've never heard of that one either, so maybe tomorrow I'll watch that movie trailer. But tonight I'm going to watch these three. So Hologram Man, and then the next one was Street Soldiers 1991. I've never heard of that one either, so let's give that one a watch. So far, Crumbles, the first one was pretty good. All right, Street Fighters 1991. All right, here we go. Let's see. Let's see. Did I write this in? Oh, I'm sorry. Street Soldiers. Excuse me. Street Soldiers. My bad. I misread it. Street Soldiers. There we are. Street Soldiers. Let's see. I guess this is it. Let's see. Street Soldiers. Oh, here it is. Street Soldiers 1991. Okay, here we go. All right, here we go.
What happens when you connect to quantum fiber? You get internet that brings your digital world to life.
All right. See, the only problem with these older ones, I appreciate Visions and Crumbles and everyone giving me these suggestions. The older it is, the harder it is to find on Blu-ray or 4K or DVD. Hell, I looked for that Thunder Run for 2 years, and finally I bought it off some British guy, and he taped it off of his television, and then he burnt it onto an American disc and sent it to me. That was a mindfuck and a half to find that. But even though he burned it off, or even though he copied it off his TV, it's pretty good quality. And he, I guess there was no commercials because there's not one commercial in it. Because normally whenever you watch a movie on television, you know, you have to get all the commercials and shit through it. There was no commercials through the movie, so thank God for that. So, yeah. All right, here we go. Street Soldiers, motherfucker.
Welcome to the inner city of Los Angeles.
We're the Tigers. What's your neighborhood?
Oh, that was hilarious. Yeah, we're the Tigers. Oh, yeah.
Ghoulies. Those ghoulies never messed with us.
Here, there's a war being waged.
Fighting the true spider. So what?
Okay.
A war for the streets.
We need your help, Master. The champions walk all over.
All right.
Do this.
I'll be honest, Crumbles. I'm not really digging this one. This one's kind of boring, so I'm gonna stop it. Yeah, I'm not feeling this one. All right, moving right along here. I'm not really feeling that one. The last one, Skyscraper, 1996. Let's see. So, but the Hologram Man, that was pretty badass. That one so far I've liked the most. Here we go. Skyscraper, 1996 trailer. There we go. All right, here we go. That was easy to find. All right, here we go.
This is One Rocket Charlie.
It's already happening. And she is flying right into the heart of it.
Nice!
The enemy is here.
They're gonna kill us. What's in this briefcase? There's a satellite tracking system. Could destroy an entire city. It's headed for a third world country. Now go!
Well, so far so good. Very action-packed. These terrorists are trying to take over a skyscraper, and they're trying to get this like briefcase that has a weapon inside it. So far so good, my friends.
The People's Democratic Liberation Party. You're standing between me and $1.5 billion.
$1.5 million!
Every 5 minutes, I will kill a hostage until you return.
Damn! He shoots that guy, he goes flying out the fucking window and falls to his death. Oh, man, that's crazy.
To me.
I don't have to watch the rest of this. I'm going to, but this one's going on the list. This one's pretty good. So, Crumbles, I got 2 of your suggestions. Pretty good. Pretty good.
Anna. Cole. Smith.
Oh, wow. Anna Nicole Smith before she got like 900 pounds. Because towards the end of her life, holy crap, she was not looking good towards the end of her life. God bless her soul, but this was when she was in her prime, so pretty good.
Skyscraper.
All right, it's going on the list. So, 1996 Skyscraper. And I think they remade this film with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson because Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson made a movie called Skyscraper with Neve Campbell. I've seen that. It's in my collection. I've already watched it. I already reviewed it for you guys, and it's already on the shelf because as soon as I get done with a movie review, I add it to the shelf. So I don't know if that's a remake of this old movie. We'll find out when I get the original, but the original looks pretty badass. So, Skyscraper. Let me just write this down real quick. 1996. Sweet, it's on the list. I love it. That was a good trailer. Very good trailer. All right. Pretty good. Pretty awesome. All right, let me just close this window. Well, thank you, Crumbles, for all the suggestions. Maybe later on in the week I'll watch some other ones, because the other ones he wrote was Private Wars, Bikini Summer, Karate Rock, Deadly Diamonds, Living to Die, Midnight Warrior, The Art of Dying, Last Man Standing, Danger USA, and then Fatal Devastation. Hopefully that's how you pronounce that word. So maybe later on this week I'll watch some more. But so those three look pretty good. Not too. I mean the one that the Street Soldiers, I really wasn't liking, but the other two, Hologram Man was my favorite out of those three. Without a doubt. Without a doubt, my friends. All right. Let's see. Moving right along here. Pretty good. Gosh, the chat's really not going nuts tonight. I would expect more from a Monday. I don't know. Maybe because of all of today's craziness, which I hate to say it. I'm going to stand up for myself. I'm going to say something, and you can either like it or you're not going to like it, but I have to say something. That's probably why not a lot of people are watching tonight. If people troll me, I'm going to stand up for myself. Mars, it started with Mars going nuts. I'll try to make it quick, but I will not stand for people's bullshit. I don't have to put up with people's bullshit. And I don't deserve to deal with people's bullshit. So if somebody trolls me, you bet your ass, if they bully me, I'm going to bully them right back, you know? Not really bullying them, just standing up for them, because I don't have to put up with people's shit. It all started with me. He said I was abusing Lantern, which is a fucking lie. I've never abused Lantern. I've never made fun of Lantern, and I never will make fun of Lantern. So right off the bat, he's lying, you know? So, but it's kind of like a he said, she said thing. Here's verbatim what happened. I hadn't hung out with Sega for a while, and I've noticed when Lantern's in Alive, he doesn't say much if it's one-on-one. You know, I think he feels more comfortable when there's a lot of people, you know, in the live. So I just said, hey, Lantern, I said, if you don't mind, I said, I'm going to hang out with Sega for a little while. I wanted to, like, talk to Sega a little bit more, because Sega interacts more. And I know Lantern has autism. I'm not making fun of it. I've just noticed he interacts more with people when there's a lot more people, you know, in a live. So I wanted to make him feel as comfortable as possible. So I said, hey, Lantern, I said, hope you don't mind. I said, I'm going to talk to Sega for a little minute. I had every intention of bringing him back in. So he said, sure, no problem. I put him backstage. Me and Sega are talking. The minute LC gets here, Lantern leaves. And I saw, and you think I'm lying, look, go back in the live. I even say, oh, shit, Lantern is, not backstage. I tried to get him. I wrote him. I said, hey, Lantern, I tried to call him to get him back in. After the show, I called Lantern and said, hey, Lantern, I hope you weren't mad at me. I said I was fully intending to bring you back into the show. And he goes, oh, it's okay, Fears. I'm not mad. He goes, I had to go do something. That is a direct quote from Lantern. So you can believe me, you can not believe me, but that's exactly what Lantern said. And I said, okay, man. I said, I just wanted to make sure. I said, I wasn't trying to hide you. I said, I was going to bring you back in when we had a full panel. And he said, yeah, I had to go do something, Fears. I don't know what he had to go do, but that's what he told me. And I said, okay. I said, hey, no worries, man. The next day, holy shit, Mars gives me so much shit. So he's really, you can blame him. He's the one that started all this bullshit. And I'm not going to make fun of Larry. Larry's kind of weird sometimes, and I mean that open-heartedly. Sometimes me and Larry are cool. Sometimes me and Larry are not cool. So what does Larry do? Oh, he notices that Mars is giving me a bunch of shit, so he jumps on the bandwagon. Not as much as Mars. I'll give Larry that. You know, he kind of, I think he was joking around, but Larry started giving me shit about this whole thing. But eventually Larry stopped, which I appreciate. But Mars, he kept going on and on. So he's a fucking troll. Him and Quentin are two little butt buddies. Trolls will never take accountability. They'll never take accountability for their actions. So, but I'm not lying. Go back in the chat log. You'll see that Mars started it 100%. But of course, what does he do? He does his sweet little golden angel act that Quentin always does. I didn't start this, Fierce. Yes, you did. Go back in the chats. He's the motherfucker that started saying shit, you know? So then, what does Quentin do? Here comes Quentin, you know, a day later, giving me shit, and he thinks, and his go-to thing is making fun of my dead dad. Wow, that's really a low blow, you know? Never made fun of his dad. I pity his family. I really do. But I wasn't mad. I pity Quentin. And people got really mad at me. You guys know, I hate Yakov. I hate Quentin. I'll say it to the day I die. I hope they fucking die. I hope they die. I couldn't care less if Yakov or Quentin live or die. Because they're disgusting human beings. They love to make fun of people. They love to make people's lives miserable. And I'm not going to stand for it. So, Quentin is a baby back bitch. And then he calls me a pussy. He's like, oh, well, I'm a pussy because I don't show up, Fierce. I've challenged him to a fight. He's all talk. He's all this and no action. Of course, I don't have a problem coming to Quentin's in L.A. I don't know where he lives. So, he's like, oh, you're a pussy, Fierce. You know, you're not going to come to L.A. If I knew that motherfucker's address, I would be there in a hot minute, and I would kick the living shit out of him to an inch of his goddamn life. So it makes more sense. Hey, you already know. And so I wrote him, I said, well, hey, Quentin, I'm not a fucking psychopath. I don't know your fucking address. But if I did, I'd be there in a hot minute. And oh, you're a pussy, Fierce. You're this, you're that. I'm like, no, I'm not. I just don't know your address. I said, you know my address. I said, come on, Quentin. I said, you talk a big game. Let's see some action, you know? I dare him to come. He's like, oh, you'll pussy out. No, I won't. The only reason why I didn't fight Joey is like, Fierce, I'm not here to fight. He goes, I want to apologize. And so but I was ready to kick the shit out of Joey. I had my fist clenched, ready to rock, you know? But he said, Fierce, I'm here to make peace. I know that I've overstepped my bounds, and that's the only reason why I didn't fight Joey. But if Joey wouldn't apologize, I probably would have decked him one. But because he apologized, you know, I didn't fight him. Quentin, I could care less if he lives or dies. So he better pray that he never sees me in real life. But Quentin, if you hate me that much, I've said it for years, you don't have to watch. You either like me or you hate me. You don't have to watch. But I'm so sick of this motherfucker. Unless you want to show some action, Quentin, you're all this. You're all this. Show some, like, face me. Face me. I'm not afraid of you whatsoever, Quentin. I will kick the living shit out of you to an inch of your fucking life. And I guarantee you, he is such a fucking coward. That's how you deal with bullies. I know for a fact, if I kicked the shit out of him, he would never, ever talk to me again, or he'd never bully anyone ever online. But the guy's a baby back fucking bitch. He'll never show up, and he's a fucking coward. So, yeah. So that started all that. But I'll give Quentin this. At least he didn't start this time. Mars gave me so much shit. And he's like, oh, Fierce, you hate Lantern. I've never said that I hate Lantern. Never will say it. I don't hate Lantern. I like Lantern very much. He's a good pal. I enjoy being on his shows. So that was a lie, you know. Then he said I abused Lantern. Never abused Lantern. Never in a million years. Never. It was just a big misunderstanding. I can't help it if Lantern left. He was waiting backstage, not for a long time, just for a little time. And I guess he had to go and do something because that was Lantern's exact words. I don't know what he had to go off and do, but he had to go off and do something. So I don't think I deserve all that fucking shit, but they started it on me. And I hate to say what I said in the Discord, but you troll me, you're going down because I don't have to put up with people's bullshit. It's very hard to be a YouTuber. I try to get along with everybody. Everyone expects me to be perfect, and I'm not perfect. I never claim to be perfect. I never will be perfect. But sometimes people online are just too much. Quentin is probably the worst person I've ever met in my entire life online. Yakov is a high second. You know, he claims to be a priest. That's just fucking laughable. Yakov is not a priest. He never will be a priest. He's a fake. He's a fucking phony. If he tries to be a priest, oh my God, I feel so bad for that church. He's probably trying to be a priest because he knows that he's trolled so many people in his life. He's like, oh, I wonder if I'm going to heaven or not. That motherfucker is going to hell. So is Quentin. I cannot wait till they die. They go to hell, and the devil is going to butt fuck their ass for an eternity. Because they make people's lives a living hell, and shame on them for bullying people online. I've never trolled anyone. I've told the truth. Like, I'm not bullying Quentin, I'm just telling the truth. I'm telling the truth. He is that. Ask anyone in our community, has Quentin ever been nice? Absolutely not. Has Yakov ever been nice? Sometimes, but I can't stand Yakov's flip-flop shit. Oh, I'm your friend, Fears. Oh, I'm not your friend. Oh, I'm your friend, Fears. You're either my friend or you're not my friend. You either like me or you don't like me. You either want to watch or you don't want to watch. And I've told people that for years. If you don't like what I say, if you don't like my content, you don't have to fucking watch. So yeah. So I'm not mad. It's just been a frustrating week, and it's already starting Monday. So I tried to call Lantern today. I may be in a show on Thursday. I may not. I may just take the week off and not be in Lantern's show because apparently Larry's pissed at me. Why? I don't know. It's just laughable. Laughable. That's 100% the truth. So, but they're going to say, oh, Fears lies. He's the most terrible person ever. I can't wait to check the Discord, after the fucking show. Because I guarantee you, Mars right now is typing, I didn't do anything. I'm a sweet angel, Fears. I'm the best person alive. Yay! So is Quentin going to say the same damn thing. Because they never take accountability. It's always somebody else's fault. It's never the troll's fault. Because they're fucking cowards. They've never took accountability. At least Joey took accountability and said, that's why I didn't beat him up. But, he probably realized, hey, you know what? I took it too far. Plus, his girlfriend was with him. If his girlfriend wouldn't have been with him, I probably would have acted very differently. But I had my fist clenched behind the door. So I was ready to kick his ass. But he literally looked at me and said, hey, you know what, Fears? I overstepped my lines. Or I think he said I overstepped the bounds. I wanted to apologize. And he said, I was already in town. I think they were visiting family. I did think it was a little psycho for him just to show up. That's another reason why I wouldn't show up at Quentin's door. A, I don't know where he lives in L.A. 2, I don't just show up at people's doors. Because that would be psychotic. You know? But, yeah. So he'll never show. He'll never face me like a man. Because he's not a man in my eyes. He's a fucking coward. He's all this. I guarantee you. Whether it's me kicking the shit out of him. If someone... One of these days, Quentin's going to say the wrong thing, because he's much younger than me. He's going to say the wrong thing one day to somebody, and be like, all right, I don't give a shit, and he's going to get punched in the face. And he needs to get his ass kicked. I mean, not just like a couple of punches, I mean a blown-out ass-kicking beyond belief. That's how you deal with bullies. And then he'll never bother anyone ever again, because he's like, oh, wow, I said the wrong thing to someone, that guy or me or somebody kicked the shit out of me. I probably shouldn't piss people off. And you think I'm kidding. That one guy that bullied me in high school, I got sick of it, grabbed him by the back of his head. I slammed his face into a locker, not once, but 3 times. Blood came out of his mouth, blood came out of his nose, blood came out of his ears. I threw him down, I kicked the shit out of him. I looked at his idiot friend, said, does anyone else want anything? And they were like, no, I'm good. They never bothered me ever again. So... it's just getting old. It's the same bullshit with these I can't wait. I would be astounded if they don't say anything. But they won't, because they're little fucking baby bitches, little baby children. They have to have the last fucking word. They're going to be like, oh, that was a lie that Fears all said. I have not lied whatsoever tonight. I haven't lied in a while. I'm trying to be OG original with you guys, because it's better to tell the truth than to lie. But that's exactly verbatim. The list of events, what happened. So you can believe me, you cannot believe me, but that's the truth. So that's all I wanted to say. Anyway. So I tried to do it as short as possible, but I was planning to say something tonight because it's just getting old. I don't know why Larry jumped on the bandwagon, and now I'll be honest, Larry didn't do much. He trolled for maybe, 10, 15 minutes. I think he was more joking than trolling, so I'm not really mad at Larry, but Mars kept it up for, the last couple of days. Today it was, me and Quentin haven't had, a full-blown battle, in a while. And I'll be honest, I haven't spoken to that motherfucker in months. And then all of a sudden today, he comes in, he's all hot and heavy, and I don't know. But that motherfucker will never change. Never. But anyway. Oh, it just gets old. It gets very, 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 very old. But it is what it is, They'll never stop because they're pussified little crybaby bitches, and they're immature. So, I mean, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? All right, I'm done. Let's move on. I've said my piece on it, so it is what it is. All right, let's continue on, my friends. But I appreciate all my loving and loyal fans that do watch, and I appreciate all the fan mail, and I appreciate all the likes and the comments, and all the loving and loyal fans have. I understand why not a lot of people are watching tonight, but it just is what it is. I will not put up with people's bullshit, because guess what? I don't have to put up with anyone's bullshit. I don't deserve to put up with anyone's bullshit, and I've got enough crap going on in my life. I don't want to deal with anyone else's bullshit. So you guys can believe what you want. I did not abuse Lantern. I didn't mistreat him. And then people seem to forget. I just bought Lantern a fucking gift. Ooh, everybody forgot about that. Why did I get him a gift? Because I like Lantern, and out of the kindness of my heart, I got him a gift, and I mailed it to him. If I didn't like Lantern or abuse Lantern, I wouldn't have got him a gift. So that makes no fucking sense whatsoever. It's just fucking stupid. So it is what it is. But people seem to forget that. Oh, a couple days ago, Fears got him a gift. Now I'm the worst person ever. It makes no damn sense. Oh, my Lord. It's hard to get along with everyone. I really wish I could get along with everyone. But people online, not everyone, but some people like Yakov, Quentin, and Mars, and Crackpot. Crackpot's another fucking idiot, that loves to cause drama. They just love making people suffer. It's weird, it's sick, it's demented. They just love, making people feel miserable. And it's the most weirdest fucking thing I've ever seen in my entire life. And it's so childish, it's so immature, you think I'm afraid of any of these idiots? Zero afraid. I am not afraid of anyone. So, you want to start a war? Bring it on, motherfucker. I'll take you down. So, they may start it, but Fears. You guys know me for years now. I'll fucking finish it. I'll do whatever it takes. So, yeah. So, I would hush up their little mouths pretty damn quick. Or I'll fuck some motherfuckers up. No question about it, Because I don't have to put up with anyone's bullshit. And it's very stressful. I try to put on a good show, and motherfuckers do all this. Stupid. It's so immature. And they think I'm mad. I'm not mad. I would say I'm frustrated, but I'm not mad. Because that's what they want, But they're fucking idiots. Anyway, I've said my piece. Let's continue on. All right. Well, thank you to Crumbles for those 3 suggestions. Crumbles, my favorite one, I'm going to write down Crumbles' suggestion. The third one was great, and the first one, the hologram man one, that was my favorite. So that it's going to be hard to find because it looked so old, but I shall do my very best, my friend, to try to find it. Hologram was the best so far out of Crumbles' suggestions. There we go. All right. What's next? Let's see here. All right. Top 10 80s movie props. All right, here we go. It's going to be hard because there's a lot of iconic movie props, but I shall do my very best. And probably, hopefully, it's 9:54, so by the time I haven't had dinner yet, so by the time I eat dinner and take a shower and then take a nap before work, I don't know if I'll get the vlog up today. I'll try to get something out either tomorrow or the next day before Lantern's show, so I will do my very best, my friends. And the next workout stream is tomorrow. I've been doing really good, so hopefully you guys will see me tomorrow after I get home from work. Usually I work out right after work because I'm already hot and sweaty from work because I've been working all night. So before I take a shower, I just come home, take off my work uniform, put on a shirt and my workout shorts, and I go right to the gym. and then work out, and then I come home, take a shower. So I'll see you guys tomorrow on the workout streams. And I'm going to keep them up as long as I possibly can, because I've already lost a lot of weight, but much more weight to go, my friends. So let's see, top 10 80s movie props. Let's see here. I'm going to start with an old classic, Ghost Trap. Ghost Trap. One-Eyed Willie's Treasure Map. That's a good one. Treasure Map. The Proton Pack, for sure. Probably Indiana Jones's fedora, his hat, you know. The hoverboard from Back to the Future Part Deucage. And I have one right over there. Let's see, hoverboard. Let's see, what else? I would say, well, E.T. wasn't really a prop. It was a puppet. Well, I guess it was a prop. Because they had a midget in the E.T. suit, I believe. And then they had an actual working prop where his heart lit up. So I guess E.T. would be a prop. So E.T. E.T. the prop. Or the puppet. I'm going to say Michael Myers' mask from number 2, because they made the first one in 1978, and they made the second one, I forget the year, but it was 1980 something. So Michael Myers' mask. Definitely a lightsaber, because they made the first movie in the 70s, and then they made Return of the Jedi and Empire Strikes Back in the 80s. So, lightsaber for sure. I'm trying to think of all of the 80s films as much as I can. I'm trying the most iconic props, because it's hard to pick just 10, but I'm going to do my best here. Even though it was from a television show, it was a popular television show. MacGyver's knife. MacGyver's knife. All right, 2 more. Let's see what else. I would say the Holy Grail. Out of Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. That's an iconic prop. So, the Holy Grail. And then the 10th one, I would say Freddy's glove, because I think all of his films, except for the 7th one, and Freddy vs. Jason, were made in the 80s. So, Freddy's glove, for sure. Pretty good. All right. Well, be sure to check out. I'm going to take off because I did all of my topics for today. I'm sorry about all the drama, but I did not start it. So if you guys want to blame anyone, you can blame Mars and Quentin. You know, but Mars is the initial one that started. I hate to say it, but I will not stand for people's bullshit, because I don't have to put up with people's bullshit. So yeah. So I'm going to continue to work hard and keep setting my goals and keep editing my videos and keep doing the live streams for my loving and loyal fans. And for all the people that don't like me, you don't have to watch. You know, I mean, it's as easy as that. You know, so be sure to check out Adam the Woo's recent videos and Robbie Retro's. Man, they had some good films and some good video footage of just this past Goonies weekend. It looked phenomenal. It looked absolutely fantastic. Good stuff. Really good stuff. So yeah. But anyway, I'm gonna take off. But I will see you guys tomorrow. I'm gonna get some dinner. I'm gonna take a shower. I'm gonna hopefully I can watch at least one movie so I can review something tomorrow. I don't know. I'm either gonna watch a couple more episodes of Kung Fu, the second season, or I'm gonna watch this. I've watched this before, but I've never reviewed it for you guys, so I think this is gonna be tonight's one and only watch. I may watch some others tomorrow, but for tomorrow's stream, because I've got a lot of errands to do tomorrow, so tomorrow's stream will probably be, if I get them all done, then it'll be around 4 or 5. If I don't get them all done, probably the stream tomorrow will be around maybe 7, 8, 9, somewhere around there, but yeah. But I appreciate everybody watching. I really do. And I am sorry about all the drama. I didn't start it. You can thank those idiots for starting it. But I just wanted to say to all my loving and loyal fans, I really do appreciate you guys. Any bit of fan mail you guys send me. I haven't had any fan mail in a while, but when you guys do send fan mail, I humbly appreciate it. I really do. And I appreciate all the likes and all the comments and the views. And I've got the best fans in the world, my friends. I really do. Anyway, I'm going to take off. But God bless. So a lot of good things to come. Going to be doing some gaming streams with LC very soon. I'm almost caught up with my old vlogs. I've got like 5 or 6 of the old vlogs left, so then we can get on with the new stuff. I'm trying to get up all that footage just as fast as possible, my friends. I really am. And more epic things to come. Anyway, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my buddy Lantern at Mr. Lantern on YouTube. Follow my buddy Larry Tate 26 on YouTube. Follow the Sega Camp Gamer and Wear Camp on YouTube. And follow the Sega Camp Gamer 22 on Twitch. Follow my friend Randy, Cameo Man 2021, and his second channel, The Mayor of Magic. And last, but certainly not least, the host with the most, John Fears. Fears Man 26 is the main channel, and Fears Vlogs is channel number 2. And this is Fears, signing off. Peace. Deuces. And I'll see you guys next time.